And welcome, Rattler fans, to Dixon Stadium for the home opener of the 2015 season. I'm Joe Rodriguez, joined by Brian Magluyon. Exciting day here for Rattler fans. Our inaugural chili cook-off going on as well. A lot of fun, a lot of festivities, and most importantly, a lot of baseball to be played here today. Brian, the Rattlers entering play today with a 2-2 record. The University of Houston Victoria also entering play with a 2-2 record here today. So tell me, what are you looking forward to this season? What specifically is going to be the highlight of it for you believe?
Well, we all know about the Rattlers' bats and how well that they're able to get their offense going, but their pitching has been that one consistent factor that has helped the Rattlers all through the years, especially last season with the exploitations of Matt McLean. So I'm really excited to see what this new pitching staff has to offer. And
you mentioned it, a lot of new faces on this pitching staff. One in particular that we're going to get to meet today and hopefully familiarize ourselves with the rest of the year, Garrett McKenzie. McKenzie, a transfer student. He's been coming over from Fort Scott Community College. Last year he pitched 28 innings as a relief pitcher. He struck out 27 batters in that 26 at-bats, and 1-0 record in 2 starts, and recorded a team best 200 batting average against. So it'll be good to see Garrett McKenzie, his debut here in the gold and blue, and should be a good one. Stepping in, first batter of the home season, it'll be Thibodeau. McKenzie looks like he'll only work from the set. And first one just a bit out of the zone. And Brian, we mentioned the other members of the pitching staff. We got a lot of lefties out there this year, but McKenzie, he seems to be that exception, that right-handed pitcher. And based on his numbers from last year, he appears to be that power pitcher, perhaps a change of pace, someone that you could really value as you get deeper and deeper into the year.
Oh yes, indeed, especially when it comes crunch time and postseason play, as that one is fouled off. Teams rely more and more on their pitching because it's not every day you could rely on your bats. And McKenzie could definitely provide for this Rattler squad.
And we talk about the pitching of the Rattlers so far this season. They've been a little bit lackluster by their standards, allowing 5 runs, then 8 runs, then 3, then 8. That one 3-run appearance was by Drew Lamont, so that one just out of the zone. Let's go on ahead, meet the batting order here for the Jaguars. Leading off, they have Thibodeau. He'll be playing center field. Batting second, it'll be Dylan Blaha. He'll be playing second. As McKenzie, ooh, nice off-speed pitch right there. Got him with the changeup and strikeout number 1. First out at home this year. Next up, they'll have Kyle Bledu. He'll be playing first base. He'll be batting in that 3-hole. Dylan Bates, the right fielder. He'll be batting cleanup. Robert Zaragoza will be in left field. After him, Josh Mediceman. He'll be the designated hitter. After him, it'll be Cole Urban. He'll be batting 7th and playing that third base spot. This one lightly tapped over to Hermsen, the underhand scoop, and out number 2 on 1 pitch. After him, it'll be Victor Coronado, the shortstop. He'll be batting 8th. And Matthew Herrera, he'll be behind the plate and handling and batting that number 9 spot. 2 away. McKenzie looks like he's trying to get his off-speed stuff going here early on.
And so far, both outs from McKenzie, and coming in various forms. We got the strikeout for the first out, and we got the 1-pitch grounder over to Hermsen over at first for the second. So we'll see if this trend continues as the game progresses.
As this one a bit high and outside as well, 2-0 the count. Another thing we've seen out of this baseball team, high praise for the defense so far this year. I was on the Twitters a little bit earlier. Drew Lamont, after his win, he was just praising this defense as that one hit sharply up the middle, and Bledu will have his first hit of the ballgame. Speaking of that defense, let's go on ahead and meet them. From left to right in the outfield, it'll be Jones, Perez, and then Kyle Orton. Around the horn, third base, it'll be Smith. Short, it'll be Hamilton. Second base, it'll be Maldonado. At first, it'll be Hermsen, and it'll be Keith Funk behind the plate. Here's Dylan Bates now to the plate, as that first one just out of the zone, 1-0. Dylan Bates, he hit .288 last season. Had himself 10 doubles, 2 home runs, and 22 RBIs. So that one out of the zone as well, 2-0. McKenzie is still trying to find that strike zone. Wind blowing straight in if you look at the flags. And it'll be 3-0 now. And Brian, we mentioned the festivities going on a little bit earlier. We have the chili cook-off going on. You were able to check that out a little bit.
Oh, yes, it was a lot of fun as that one grounded to the hole over in right, and that'll be a 2-out single for Houston Victoria as they get runners on with 2 outs. But the chili cook-off, Joe, was quite the extravaganza. 30-plus teams, I'm not quite sure, approximately 37 teams, we'll have to check, competing in this chili cook-off as all the teams vying for a chance to win this really cool trophy for the first ever chili cook-off. And we had our very own Jack Wolf and Ruben Dominguez there testing out the chili, interviewing some people over there, and let's just say it was quite a bit of fun. And you can check out the video on Rattler Athletics, which will be up soon, hopefully in the near future.
Zaragoza digs in. Lefty-righty matchup, that one inside. For the second batter in a row, McKenzie, he's fallen behind, 2-0 the count. What kind of chili guy are you? You like the spicy, a little bit of meat? Do you have beans? That's the main question everyone wants to know.
I'm not a bean type guy as that one grounded to second, and the throw is in time. Well done by Mario Maldonado.
As that'll do it for the inning. No runs on 2 hits, 2 left on base. We'll get back to the chili talk a little bit later as you're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network. The Rattlers coming up. And welcome back, Rattler fans. The guys in gold, they'll get their first chance to crack the bats here as we're here at the home opener of the 2015 baseball season. Exciting times all around, and let's go ahead. Let's meet this Rattler lineup. Leading off, they have Brooks Orton. He'll be playing that right field position. AJ Perez, he'll be batting second and playing center. Quite a bit of speed at the top of this lineup as that one's called strike one. Next I'll have Derek Hamilton. He'll be playing that shortstop role, batting third. Smith, he'll be batting cleanup, playing third base, that one out of the zone. Mario Maldonado, he'll be playing second base. Mario the senior now, along with Aaron Gonzalez, who will be the designated hitter batting right after him. Joe Hermsen, as that one, well outside. Hermsen, he'll be playing first base. Keith Funk, he'll be batting eighth and playing catcher role. And then, of course, it'll be Scott Jones clearing out that lineup. He'll be turning that lineup around, and he'll be playing left field. 2-1 the count. That one out of the zone, and the count now 3-1. And Brian, this new Rattler lineup, a bit old, a bit new, as that one lifted into left center field. It'll be a nice hit. It's in the, and going for two is Orton with the big turn, but he'll quickly retreat back. Just making sure they threw that one in nice and hard. And Brooks Orton starting the season off right, a leadoff single here at home.
Oh, nice hit there by Orton, taking it to the other side of the field as he's able to hit the gap between left and center. And he gets the first Rattler hit at home for this new year, as now we see AJ Perez digging in.
AJ Perez, one of the new faces to this lineup. First pitch just out of the zone. Starting pitcher for the Jaguars is Bo Sheridan. Sheridan, a transfer player from Stephen F. Austin. I don't believe he entered a game there last year, so I'm looking at the Stephen F. Austin statistics right now. That one a called strike, a bit off speed. 1-1 the count to Perez. AJ Perez so far in 4 games. He started all 4 of them, batting .375, a couple of doubles. Still looking for that first RBI. As there goes the runner, Brooks Orton. He got a good jump, and he'll be in there safely as he swipes second.
And the throw from Harrell was well off the mark, as Orton was able to slide in safely to second for a stolen base.
1-2 now the count. Go ahead, let's meet this defense now for these Jaguars. From left to right across the outfield, you got Zaragoza, Thibodeau, and then Bates. Urban, he'll be playing third. Coronado will be at short. Blaha at second, as Brooks Orton, he'll go ahead and take another bag, and now 90 feet away from scoring. Bludo, he'll be over there at first, and behind the plate it will be Herrera, who so far today is still trying to figure things out.
This is what you want if you're St. Mary's, to have an opportunity to score early on in the ball game. Nobody out, and you already have a runner on third.
AJ Perez, transfer from New Mexico Junior College. Batted .316 in 2013. So that one out of the zone, and the count will run full.
You saw Hera there trying to frame the pitch on the outside corner, but the home plate umpire was having none of it.
Yeah, quite a small strike zone so far here today. That outside corner is not being given. As this one punched into right center field, it'll be a single and the first run on the board for the Rattlers.
Wonderful piece of hitting as Perez able to get a hold of one, and he drops it to right center. Rattlers on the board now.
And now here comes Derek Hamilton to the plate. Hamilton making his return into a gold jersey. He played in the 2013 season for most of it, up until he had his ACL tear. In fact, I believe this is his first game at the new Dixon Stadium. It is, because that injury occurred back at the old Wolf Stadium. I remember that game. He did it while he was running over to first, but good to see him back in action. We know he's a great hitter, as this one a one-hopper over to third. Flip to second, on to first in time, as that'll be the double play. Hamilton is retired. Two away, and now here comes Smith to the plate. Matt Smith hitting .333 on the year. A team high 8 RBIs already, that's right. He had a grand slam while playing at Minute Maid. Is that one just out of the strike zone? 1-0. Maldonado waits on deck. And 1-1 now the count. Off speed, out of the zone.
Good eye there by Smith. Not chasing one, as you mentioned, off speed and off the plate. 2-1 now the count.
That one catches the corner. Smith yet to swing the bat so far. Junior from Texas State. Batted .406. That was in the 2013 season. Count runs full. These Rattlers very patient so far at the plate. Perez had a full count. Smith had a full count. I suppose Hamilton was the exception to that rule. He swung on the first pitch. This one now shot, but foul down that left field line. Smith majoring in accounting. A multiple position player, but usually plays that third base spot like he is for St. Mary's. That one tipped off. Good job staying alive.
And as this at-bat continues, Smith, the advantage goes towards the batter, in this case Smith, as he's able to foul that one away as it bounced off of him. And the more pitches the hitter sees, the more of a disadvantage it is for the pitcher, because you've, for the most part, thrown all your stuff, if not most of it, and it gives the hitter a better idea of what's to come next.
Especially in future at-bats. That one hit towards short, and it'll get through. Another single. St. Mary's already their third hit of the inning. All of them have been singles. A little bit of money ball being played. Mario Maldonado now to the plate. Maldonado, the Laredo native. Batting so far a stunning .529 in his first 4 games, 5 RBIs. Last season, Mario batted .267 with 32 RBIs. That one inside corner, strike one.
And one thing that has definitely stood out, and you mentioned it, partner, the Rattlers' patience at the plate. We've only seen, I believe, Hamilton has that one ran inside.
Inside's a little of an understatement there.
But we've seen all the Rattlers, I believe, take first pitches in all their at-bats, with exception of Hamilton, who swung on it the first pitch. So great patience on display by St. Mary's here in the first inning.
1-1. Outside, 1-2 now. Outside corner, I should say. Here, fans not quite liking the call, but about where it crosses the plate, not where it ends up. So you have a nice turnout here today. A lot of sports teams, men's, women's, tennis, softball. Runner goes, and he'll take it for free.
Another stolen base for the Rattlers, as Matt Smith able to record the stolen base.
St. Mary's so far this year, they've stolen 4 bags off of 6 attempts. So being a little bit more aggressive here today than we're used to seeing. This one hit up into the air. Will it get out of play down that left field line? It will. And the count remains 2-2.
It looked like the slight breeze was able to loft the ball out of play, and Mario is able to stay alive for another pitch.
Yeah, we'll see Mario step back in. What do you think he's looking for here? We've seen a lot of off-speed stuff from Sheridan so far today. Check second. Outside, full count.
Good eye by Mario. Let's see if the pitch goes back to the inside, if Sheridan decides to go outside then inside.
3-2 the count. Pitch number 25 of the inning coming up here for Sheridan. Gonzalez waits on deck. That one tapped over to third. Urban with it. Throw to first in time, and that'll do it for the inning. But not before St. Mary's. They're able to strike 1 run on 3 hits, 1 left on base, heading to the top of the 2nd here on the Rattler Network. Welcome back, Rattler fans. 1-0. St. Mary's off to the quick start as they were able to capitalize in the 1st. McKenzie back out there, another inning of work, but perhaps a bit more comfort now that he has that 1-run lead. Stepping in for the first time today is Wadisame. Wadisama, the designated hitter, that first one well outside, 1-0. Rattler fans, we remind you, keep up with us on social media. Check us out on Twitter at St. Mary's Rattlers, also on Instagram, the same handle, at St. Mary's Rattlers. As this one popped up, well out of play, count will be squared at 1 apiece. Of course, also check us out on YouTube for VODs of the games, youtube.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And of course, if you want a shirt, a hat, maybe even a jersey, rattlergear.com. That one fouled off, 1-2 now. And of course, for everything you could want to know about your Rattlers, statistics, stories about the players, schedules of the games, and even some fun little videos, be sure to check out rattlerathletics.com. 1-2. Ooh, did he go around is the question. He did not. Good heads-up play there by Funk. You notice those catchers that do the little things for their pitchers more so than anyone else. It's just, it's really a different breed of athlete than any that I could really compare it to.
It really is, and we've talked about this last season and in other broadcasts that we have done, the relationship between certain players. And you know, in soccer you have the goalie and their defensive line, you have a point guard and the post player. In baseball and softball, no relationship is as crucial as one with a pitcher and catcher, because you have to be in sync at all times, because you go through so many plays and so many actions together that you gotta almost act as one.
Base on balls there. Now stepping to the plate is Urban. That one, good handling by Funk. Want to know the count. And the level of communication has to be so high as well between these two. That one swung on and missed. Coronado, he'll be on deck He'll see the inning for sure. Herrera, he's in the hole. 1-1 the count. Oh, and a bit too tight right there as Urban will take the base on, well, the hit by pitch. So 2 runners put on board so far by McKenzie this inning.
And it looked as if McKenzie knew immediately as soon as he let that ball go. It ran too far inside as he lets the first two batters on base. And now we will see Coronado at the plate.
McKenzie sets. That one in there for strike 1. Pretty good velocity right there by Garrett. 0-1 the count. See the corner infielders playing a bit in. Middle infielders, they'll be looking for that double play ball. The entire field just about covered by shade. As good job there by Funk backhanding that one. McKenzie, he sets. Maldonado bluffing the pickoff. Bunt shown, and he went around. Very rare you'll see a complete whiff on a bunt, but the pitch was well outside, and maybe the Rattlers were suspecting it. 1-2. It's Coronado. If he still wants to bunt, he'll have to be very careful getting this one down. Swinging away, out of play. 2-2.
I think McKenzie was just trying to set up for this upcoming pitch. He went away again. Let's see if he'll go back inside.
What do you think? Fastball? He's throwing off speed past couple pitches.
Fastball inside is what I'm calling, but
there it is. Popped up, out of play. This one coming straight back toward us and into the crowd. Count will be 2-2. We'll do it again.
It looked like Coronado was waiting on that inside pitch the whole way through, but just got a bit too much under it.
Runners appear not to be on the move. Nicely over at second, though. And swung on and missed. And a very timely strikeout right there by McKenzie, his second of the day.
Timely indeed. McKenzie going with the heat yet again, and this time Coronado couldn't keep up with that as he gets the first out of the top of the second.
Here's Herrera to the plate. Herrera, he batted 191 last year. Number 9 hitter for this Jaguar team. First pitch at the belt, called strike 1.
And maybe that strikeout was what McKenzie needed to get back on track after letting the first 2 players on base. Let's see if he gets into a groove.
0-1, that one hit over and into right field. Runner will hold up at third. Taking advantage of Maldonado being a bit too much shaded over toward the bag, and the bases will be full. Good piece of situational hitting there by Herrera, and they'll go back to the top of the order with Thibodeau.
They did not want to test Jones' arm on that play as he was charging at the ball.
So we see Funk motioning what he wants to everybody. Thibodeau, he struck out in his first at-bat. And a call at strike 1. Crowd trying to get into this one.
And good to see a majority of the crowd from the chili cook-off in attendance as McKenzie ahead in the count, 0-2.
Blaha waits on deck. See what McKenzie does here. Just a bit outside, trying to nibble on that corner. And he does have a couple pitches he could waste right here. He might even bounce one in and trust Funk to block it and see if he can get a swing out of Thibodeau. And instead, the heater and Thibodeau goes down on strikes for the second time today.
Not willing to waste a pitch. And now Rattlers 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Blaha, he grounded out to first his first time up. Base is still full, but Rattlers can take a little bit of the breath. Corner infielders playing at regular depth now. As that one squirted over to first. 0-1. McKenzie, good set, and that one put in there as well.
McKenzie, for both right-handed and left-handed hitters, he's been able to paint that outside corner, showing great control of his pitches so far.
Garrett McKenzie trying to make a good first impression, and that one just outside. No 1-2. Outfield shaded a bit over to the left. And that one sliced over to short. Hamilton underhands it to Maldonado. And McKenzie making a very good first impression as he gets out of that jam. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left on base. Rattlers still lead this 1-0 heading into the bottom of the second. And welcome back, Rattler fans. First pitch, Al, he gets a hold of this one. It's fair and down the line. Al, he's going to be digging extra bases for sure. Will he turn for 3? No, instead it'll be a leadoff stand-up double for Al Gonzalez.
Al Gonzalez wasting no time as he swings at that first pitch and he rips it down the left field line for the leadoff double. And St. Mary's once again threatening to score this time here in the bottom of the second.
Joe Hermson now to the plate. So far, he's 1 for 15, off to a bit to a slow start here. First pitch, a bit out of the zone, 1-0. However, if history shows anything, Joe, he'll eventually start heating up. He did bat .317 last year. That was a team high. Go along with 10 doubles and a home run. This one chopped over to third. He'll get looked back to second, and Hermson is retired. Now here comes Keith Funk to the plate. Funk still searching for his first hit on the year. He's 0 for 3 so far on the year. This only his second start of the season. He is splitting time behind the catcher plate. That's with Schvinter. 1-0 the count. Apologize if I got that name wrong.
And for those of you who may recall, last season in the Dixon Stadium grand opening, the first home game here at Dixon Stadium for the Rattlers, it was Keith Funk who was able to secure a Rattler victory with a walk-off hit.
And something he did repeatedly, actually. We saw a lot of Keith Funk coming up with clutch hit after clutch hit.
Clutch hit and clutch out. I recall one game as well last season where Keith, behind the plate, was able to block the plate. Great fundamental play, but in that type of situation, it was the final out of the ball game, preventing the tying run from scoring as Funk drills one to left center field. That one over the head of Zaragoza. That'll go for extra bases as Gonzalez will score. Rattlers lead 2-0.
Some very nice hitting, very nice base running by Al as well. I like the patience, but already we got the Funk, Keith.
Keith bringing the Funk as he's able to get his first hit of the season.
Couple of doubles, some double deuces. Scott Jones, another deuce coming to the plate. Already a little bit of conversation going on the Jaguar mound. Scott Jones hitting .308 on the young year. It's 4 for 13. He's got a double to his name and still searching for that first RBI. Last year, Scott Jones, he batted .312 in 52 games. He started 50 of those games. Scored 31 runs as well, which was second on the team to Brooks Orton. He also managed to snag 6 bags. 1 out. Sheridan trying to figure out this Rattler offense. That one well outside. Oh, and advancing to second will be Keith Funk on the wild pitch. Top of the order will be up after this. But Scott Jones, he's one of those players who's very good at turning around a lineup. He does hit for that really high average and score a lot of runs. In fact, we saw him in the leadoff role a little bit as well last year.
And he's the type of player that could really get your offense going. As you mentioned, he was at the leadoff spot a couple times last year. And this year, right now, batting 9th, but the 9 and 1 positions are virtually interchangeable as that pitch in there for called strike 1.
Yeah, besides the first time you go through that lineup, Scott Jones, he might as well be batting leadoff in some situations. If you're starting off an inning and he's batting first in it, I'm sure St. Mary's is just comfortable with that one. As that one well inside, 3-1 now the count. 3-1 delivery. This one lifted towards right field. Will it be fair? Yes, it is. Deep into the corner. The runner will score. Here's Jones digging for 3. The ball just now being thrown in, and Scott Jones will stand at third with a triple. St. Mary's with the extra base hits on deck.
The Rattlers making it rain. Already 3 runs in the ball game. Nice piece of hitting there by Scott Jones, lofting it over to right as Bates, the right fielder, was playing a bit too far away from the line, not expecting the ball to be hit that well. And a stand-up triple gets another run on the board for St. Mary's.
Here's Brooks Orton now. Still only one Rattler has been retired. That one well inside. Orton last time up, he singled, stole a bag, came around, scored a run. We'll see Brooks, he likes to do this a lot. He'll fill out that stat sheet. As this one fouled back over towards 36th Street. Brooks Orton, he also had 30 stolen bases last year on 35 attempts. To put that in perspective, he had roughly half of the Rattlers' stolen base attempts, 35 out of 73, and more than half of their actual stolen bases, 30 out of 50. One and two the count. Infield all playing a step in. Looks like they'll try to cut down the run if they can. Outfield, they're all playing straight on. That one, oh, hot shot up the middle. It'll be another run on the board for the Rattlers as the RBIs are really starting to come out.
Sheridan just able to get out of the way as you mentioned, a hot shot right back at the legs of Sheridan. And this one-out rally for St. Mary's continuing as they now lead by 4.
Yeah, and when you can manufacture runs with the bottom of your order, it starts to become a nice little luxury for your team. Here's AJ Perez, singled in the first, had an RBI. There goes Brooks, and that one thrown down second, and it's stolen. 2 for 2 on the stolen bags is Brooks Orton. And man, you gotta throw it over to first at least once, try to check it. AJ Perez now with the runner in scoring position. Oh and 1. This one lifted into right field. Looks like Orton will try to tag up. Brooks trying to reach third. The throw will be let through, but Orton has it sliding in. So the second out of the inning, but it does move the runner over. And now Derek Hamilton will have the RBI opportunity. Hamilton, if you remember, he grounded it into that double play his first time up. I'm sure he'd like to atone for that. 2 away. That one bit outside, 1-0. Matt Smith waits on deck. As that one just a bit out of the zone as well. The 2-0 pitch. That one slapped over to short. Backhand play. The throw is just in time as Coronado will get that one. And it will end the inning, but not before St. Mary's. They're able to tack on 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 left on base. Top of the 3rd coming up. As welcome back, Rattler fans. McKenzie, that one over to Hermsen, and he'll recover it. First out of the inning. As it is Bluda who is retired on the liner. One away. Bates, he'll be up next, followed by Zaragoza. Bates, he had that single in the first. Yeah, first pitch, called strike right there. I think that might be the best fastball velocity-wise we've seen out of McKenzie so far today. That one off the hands, and Hermsen, he's been busy today. Pop out is recorded. Good job there by McKenzie of jamming the batter. So now Zaragoza will come to the plate. Zaragoza 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to second his first time up. 2 away. All of the middle infielders playing on the fringe of the grass. Corner infielders playing a couple steps in. As Funk, not able to pick that one. Want to know the count. I think that one might have hit the umpire, so Keith will give him a minute. Want to know is the count. Dylan Bates, he had a .335 on base percentage to go along with the .382 slugging percentage last year. That .288 batting average as well. That one outside, 2-0. Benissimo waits on deck as that one's at the belt. 2-1. Did you hit the mic a little bit right there, buddy?
Just a little bit.
2-1. That one well outside. 3-1 now. I appreciate you going to get the tissues. I don't know if you noticed, Rattler fans. We're both a little nasally today. It's the allergies and the going outside aspect. We don't do that very well. Hermsen, that one over to him. Oh, it's off his glove, but Joe not able to get there in time. As it'll be a runner on first, and I think they'll charge the air to Joe there.
A play that could have easily been made, but going to his left as the ball squirted out of his glove, and they do charge it as an error.
Designated hitter, Josh Ledesma.
Ledesma now stepping in. He walked last time. Is that one grounded over to second? Maldonado, he goes to the ground. The throw, and in time. Mario a little bit extra on that one as it ends the inning. No runs, no hits, one left on base. Rattler's still up 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. And welcome back, Rattler fans. New pitcher in there for the Jaguars. It's going to be Andrew Walker. Walker, he had a 7.61 ERA last year to go along with a 2-3 record. Matt Smith will greet him in the ball game as that first one in there for a called strike. Matt Smith, he singled and stole a base as he had that 10-pitch battle in the second. 0-2 the count. Walker, he played in 13 games, started 9 of them. As that one, a nice base hit there by Smith, and he's 2 for 2 today. Here comes Maldonado now to the plate.
And something we touched on at the top of the broadcast, the way that the Rattlers have been able to hit has been something that we've raved about, and now we're seeing it on full display. Rattlers with 7 hits through the first 2.5 innings as that one lofted out of play.
Yeah, and that hitting's been something that they've had, but not quite to the level they're used to since about 2 or 3 years ago when they made that run to the regional tournament. That team had the likes of Billy Richard, Kokonos, Tyler Meagle as well.
And partner, we even touched on it during episode 1 of Talking Rattlers this year, during our baseball and softball preview, about the hitting of this Rattler squad, and you spoke to one Matt McLean about the Rattler bats.
Yeah, Matt, who's been the ace for this Rattler team, he was talking about how he was struggling to get outs, not just strikeouts like we see Matt do constantly, but just to get outs against these batters. And if you're going up against one of the better pitchers in the Heartland Conference and someone who had a no-hitter in practice every day, as the runner takes off, swing and a miss, as that one looks like it was tipped, so Smith will have to retreat back to first. But that is that is quite a compliment from Matt McLean to say that he is having just a bit of trouble getting these batters out. 1-2 the count. Matt Smith still standing there at first. We haven't seen a throw over to first base yet. Oh, there it is. I thought that might have been something that Herrera brought up. It's tough back there as a catcher when your pitchers never check over to first, and St. Mary's already 2 stolen bags. Taking off again, but this one hit into the air, and it'll be caught by Bludeau as Maldonado is retired.
A hit and run opportunity for the Rattlers, and it goes unanswered as out number 1 is recorded.
Here comes Al Gonzalez now to the plate. Excuse me.
Al, his last time up, drilled a single, rather a double, down the line, and he was able to score.
Yep, and that was to lead off the second inning. This time he lifts one high into center field, but not that deep. Catch will be made by Thibodeau, and Smith will have to retreat back to the bag, 2 away.
And Al wasting no time, only seeing 2 pitches this entire ball game. This time, however, unable to get a hit as he's retired for out number 2.
Here comes Joe now to the plate. Grounded out to third his first time up. Check over on Smith. He dives back safely. There goes the runner. Smith, the throw from the knees, and oh, the tag wasn't put on him, as Blaha squeezed the glove a bit too early and allowed the stolen bag.
Third stolen bag of the evening for St. Mary's. And right now, everything is clicking for St. Mary's. Not only the bats, but their run game as well, as we see yet another stolen base.
Yeah, you can tell Herrera a little frustrated after that one. He thought the inning was over. Herrera being the catcher for the Jaguars. That one out of the zone, 2-0. And to his credit, he did make a very good throw from his knees right there. It was on target. Would have been a bang-bang play for sure. That one outside, 3-0. And we've had quite a bit of festivities today, quite a bit of fun. Athletes from other sports coming out. They've been doing little giveaways. The tennis players hit tennis balls into the stadium for some free popcorn. Looks like softball team getting ready to do something as well. 3-1 the count to Joe. Crowd disagreeing with that strike call. And that one caught the outside corner, 3-2.
Really animated crowd we have here on hand following the chili cook-off that began the afternoon. As that one fouled away, hopefully it doesn't land on anyone's car.
Was that your car? I'm joking.
I hope not. But the chili cook-off, as you can see, cleanup over behind the right center field wall occurring. A fun way for fans to get out and enjoy the sights and sounds as, oh, beautiful diving grab there by Thibodeau. That ends the inning. Rattlers strand one runner on base as we head to the top of the fourth inning. It is St. Mary's 4, University of Houston Victoria 0.
Live, I mean one of the greatest. Rattler fans, help me welcome back number 10, Emily Britton.
You mind getting
Oh, Rattler fans, a bit of fun right here. Emily Britton back, better than ever. Good to see Emily. As we see a long debated question right here. Softball pitcher going up against baseball batter. The distance is closed in. See what Emily can do. Emily a bit high and outside, 1-0 the count. Emily, of course, one of the most successful, if not the most successful softball pitcher in program history. 1-1 now the count. Ramirez at the plate. Here's Emily. Oh, and that one right back at her. Good to see, nothing new here with Emily Britton. Balls being hit just about everywhere, and her throwing her body parts at the ball. Couldn't have scripted that one any better. Is out some classic Emily Britton. I gotta say though, I think that her shortstop would have handled that one, Miranda Medina. As a softball, they started their year 4-0. In fact, they won a invitation-only tournament, and we'll be seeing them in action very soon. Well, Rattler fans, a little bit of fun right there, but we'll be right back with the start of the top of the fourth inning here on the Rattler Network. And welcome back, Rattler fans. The top of the fourth underway. McKenzie starting off strong. Strike number one in there to Cole Urban. It'll be the bottom of the order due up here. Urban, Coronado, and then Herrera. Urban in his first plate appearance. He was hit by a pitch. That one, oof. Nasty stuff as it managed to escape the zone somehow or another. 0-2 now the count to Urban. And Brian McKenzie, well, so far so good, I'd have to say. He's allowed 3 hits so far in these 3 full innings. Also, we saw him escape a tough situation. But what is your opinion so far about the young McKenzie?
So far, McKenzie doing an excellent job of controlling the plate as he's able to strike the batter out. And that's one away here in the top of the fourth. But McKenzie Joe has done a terrific job of just placing the ball where he wants it. And we've seen a few hiccups here and there, but nothing really to get alarmed about. And now we have one away here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, and the only reasons that we've seen McKenzie in tough situations were self-inflicted ones. The walk and hit by pitch and the top of the second to start out the inning certainly didn't help him out. As ooh, that one a bit high and tight. Hello right there. 2-0 now the count. McKenzie has been working from that set exclusively. That one on the zone, 3-0. Something we've seen a lot of Rattler pitchers start to do more and more across the year. So we've seen perhaps Coach Ermis just instructing these guys, hey, if you're more comfortable from the stretch, have at it. So that one inside corner called strike, 3-1.
And at the end of the day, it's a matter of how comfortable are you with whether or not you pitch from the stretch or not, as that one is lofted to right.
And there's been arguments across the years, do you have to pitch from the set? Do you have to pitch from the stretch? Is it more beneficial? But we've seen time and time again, there's no definitive answer. There's several great starting pitchers. They always work from the set. They can't work without it. And then there's certain greats who, they just always work from the set. Yu Darvish, Mariano Rivera, to name a couple for teams that we're fans of. So that pitch inside 1-0. And with the new techniques nowadays, you're able to get that full leg power, that full explosion out of either one, and also, more importantly, may be able to just effectively hide that ball. 2-0.
As you mentioned, more effectively hiding the ball, it prevents the hitter from seeing the pitch or reading the pitch, or gives them less time, as you could hear the crowd getting into it. That one hit over to short.
And it's a 1-2-3 inning, so very quick inning of work for McKenzie. He only needed 10 pitches to get through that one. Rattlers still leading 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
That's right.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. 4-0 the margin so far for these Rattlers, as a so far so good type of showing here in their home opener. It'll be Funk Jones and then Orton due up for this Rattler offense. So they'll look to try to tack another one on here for McKenzie. Walker out there for his second inning of work. He allowed a hit in his first one, but other than that, did a good job. First pitch, a bit inside. Keith Funk, he doubled in the second inning. Got himself an RBI, and then eventually came around to score. That pitch nabs the inside corner, and it's 1-1. And that one hit sharply and through as Keith Funk, he'll have himself his second hit of the day. And when you have a player who's typically, it's not considered a power position or a position that you'd have someone hit a super high average at, like catcher, but you have someone able to do that for you, it can really make a nice impact.
It really can. And Keith bringing the funk once again.
Scott Jones now at the plate. That one handled by Herrera. 1-0 will be the count. Scott Jones, his first time up, he had that triple. RBI as well, came around to score. So we see a Rattler arm, Bryce Brandy. Looks like getting a little bit loose out there in the Rattler bullpen, perhaps just getting some work in. We've seen this done from time to time from St. Mary's. That one bit outside, and 2-0 will be the count. Did you happen to see my Christmas present I got?
Oh,
I got some binoculars. They used to be my father's, and we found them down in the garage. So it's, I think, a nice addition. I'm able to see the bullpens on both sides. So
looks high tech.
Yeah, not bad. You can try them out if you like. Well, 3-0 the count here for Scott Jones.
And with this, instead of me being 4 eyes, I turned into 6 eyes.
Ah, very nice. That means you're able to see 6 times farther, right? 3-1 the count.
Oh, this is incredible. Not that I haven't used binoculars before, but this is quite nice.
Yeah, so thanks to my mom for finding those, I suppose. This one pops straight up into the air. Boudreaux calling for it, and he'll handle it in the first out of the inning.
These are quite nice, partner. If only our viewers could see it from that angle of the game, because it is a nice perspective, real nice stuff.
Oh yeah, especially with such a beautiful night like tonight. The weather very kind, and not much wind to speak of either, as we're able to have the open window experience for ourselves here today. Back to the top of the order as Brooks Orton. 2 for 2 today, a couple of steals, also 2 for 2 on stolen bags. This one lifted into the left field foul territory. Will it get out of reach? It does. So it'll just be a long strike one for Orton.
And partner, we touched on this earlier. Prior to this ball game, we had our first ever chili cook-off where 37 some odd teams competing for a really nice trophy to dub themselves the best chili in St. Mary's, I guess. And we had the pleasure of checking some out. And partner, earlier we touched on the question being, beans or no beans in your chili? Now, I didn't give my answer just yet, but I do have to say I like my chili without any beans.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a bean kind of guy in my chili, but that's just because my family has this homemade recipe we like to make. I tried to convince my family to come down this for this chili cook-off, just not quite able to. As that one a bit off the plate, count will now be 2-2. But always had beans in those, and the homemade chili's the best way to go.
Of course. And there was quite a variety. There was Jamaican chili. There was also chili straight from Thailand. Thailand of all places. Who knew they had chili?
I'm sure the Thai chili is just wonderful. But perhaps more impressive than the variety of the chili was the variety of groups we had out here. We had ROTC members. It seems like just about every sports organization was joined, fraternities, sororities, as well as some of the staff represented nicely as well, as Orton has his third single of the day. The ball is bobbled and through to the fence. This will score one easily, and Brooks Orton will slide into third safely. A critical mistake right there allows the Rattlers to put another on the board.
Zaragoza unable to field the ball cleanly, and in situations like that, you can't afford to take the fundamentals lightly, as the Rattlers able to capitalize, and they score their 5th run of the night.
And I think Zaragoza might have just put his eyes up for just a second to see if Funk was going to try to nab third base, try to go first to third, but in the end it perhaps costs them that bobble. Both teams now, they've committed an error as Perez to the field. Orton, unfortunately, we won't get to see him attempt to steal a bag. Oh, another hot shot, as that's the second time that we've seen one go off of a Jaguar pitcher, and these guys wearing the gold jerseys looking a bit merciless right now. Perez, his second RBI of the night.
Shortstop, Derek Hamilton.
Now here comes Derek Hamilton.
Bless you, partner.
Oh, thank you. He's 0 for 2 today. He grounded into a double play and grounded out to short. As that one a 1-0 count. So I got something I need to call you out on a little bit.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I think you got me sick. Because we have class together and you sit next to me, and I think it was Monday you came in. Like, man, I don't feel so good. and
yeah, you caught me with that tea in my hand.
I could have moved over one extra seat and sat next to a pretty nice looking girl, but no, I was like, gotta stay loyal to my partner. This one lifted into left field, back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Derek Hamilton, the 2-run shot, as St. Mary's has blown it open 8-0.
Bye, Felicia. What a way to get his first hit here at home. Derek Hamilton launching one over the left field wall, and St. Mary's now up 9-0.
And it looks like we'll see some discussion going on here. I doubt a pitching change as no one's warming up in the pen, but just a difficult situation for these Jaguar pitchers. 8-0. Now for the guys in gold, and it doesn't get any easier. The cleanup man, Matt Smith, at the plate. 2 of 2 for the day. A couple stolen bags as well.
Derek Hamilton bailing me out of the hot seat.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, should I let him off? This one hit into left field, and it's caught by Zaragoza. That'll be the second out of the inning. And the only reason I call you out on I want to know what I'm dealing with here. Like,
well, you're dealing with it just like I am right now. Nothing too serious.
Cough and sniffles. Have you had a fever?
I hope not.
Really? I don't think I have either. It'd be funny if everyone could see the setup we have. It's literally me and Brian sitting as far over to the left almost as possible, and everyone else on the other half of the room just kind of trying to stay away.
I mean, that's how it normally is anyways, though.
Yeah, that's
sick or not sick.
Well, that's true. I don't know why that's usually the way it is. We both shower, we both smell good.
Yeah, we do, and we're pretty good-looking guys, although the audience doesn't necessarily see it. And maybe for good reasons.
I think it's just everyone likes to talk a little bit, and they don't want the mics picking it up more so than anything else. 0-2 the count.
And that's the nice way of putting it, that they don't want to sit next to us, period.
Maldonado watches that one go outside, 1-2.
But I do enjoy our time together, partner, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
In class, out of class, during games, out of games.
Yeah, I wonder how many hours we've spent sitting next to each other over the past year.
Over the past 4 years.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. 2-2.
This crowd really into it here tonight.
Yeah, jokesters, these guys. 2-2 the count. Gonzalez waits on deck. This one lifted high into the air. It'll be a can of corn. Blaha, he'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the inning. But not before St. Mary's with their fangs out. They strike for 4. 4 runs, 4 hits, and a Derek Hamilton home run as St. Mary's now leads 8-0. And welcome back, Rattler fans. St. Mary's up 8-0. It'll be Thibodeau, Blaha, and Blue Doe due up this inning.
Center fielder Andrew Thibodeau.
First pitch, just a touch outside. Thibodeau trying to avoid the golden sombrero. He struck out twice so far today. As that one hit over, oh, and it's off of Hermsen. Hermsen, he picks it up. Oh, and there's a conclude. Oh, man. Thibodeau flipped end over end. Hermsen, he looked like he took a shot, but Hermsen hops up straight away, and it looks like Thibodeau will walk it off.
Hard collision down the first base line. It look like both players will be all right. Both players probably watch a good amount of hockey.
Yeah. Well, it'll be, it appears that Thibodeau will be just fine.
Second baseman Dylan Blaha.
Be interested to see how they score that one. As it looks like they'll be giving the hit to Thibodeau, as he literally took the hit. Also, we have a new pitcher in here. It'll be Bryce Brandell. Brandell, this will be his debut in a Rattler jersey. Left-hander. That one gets past Hermsen, and it'll be 2 on as Thibodeau will hold at second. Two on. Bryce Brandell, a transfer from Texas State University.
First baseman Kyle.
In high school, he played for Coach Russell Krennick. He was a first-team All-State selection and team MVP. Redshirt freshman. First pitch out of the zone, 1-0. As it will be Bludeau up at the plate. That one fouled off. One and one the count.
It looks like they also have a substitution over at first. It wasn't Joe Hermsen that was involved in that collision. It was Jason Meagle who just checked into the game. Number 31 over covering the first baseline.
Quite a way to introduce yourself to a ball game. 2-1 the count. Two and one the count. That one, oh, he went around, and the count will be 2-2 now. So we just saw a great achievement, actually, here in the San Antonio area. Coach Greg Popovich recording his 1,000th career win. Very impressive, to say the least. Neither you or I native San Antonio fans, but something about the Spurs organization is I always know that I can respect them at the end of the day. They do things such a right way.
I mean, you mentioned it. They do things the right way. San Antonio, a model organization, and Coach Popovich, a model of stability and success throughout. 1,000 wins. He joins the likes of Pat Riley and Phil Jackson as a few of the coaches that have won 1,000 wins, and it's just an incredible accomplishment. As you mentioned, we're both not from San Antonio, but any basketball fan can go out and watch the Spurs and say that's the way basketball should be played, as that one gets by Funk.
Yeah, it'll be a base on balls either way.
1,000 wins, and Coach Popovich himself has more wins than a number of franchises, which includes 4 franchises, which includes the Toronto Raptors, Memphis Grizzlies, Charlotte Hornets, and the New Orleans Pelicans as well. So those 4 franchises would love to have 1,000 wins, but an unbelievable accomplishment by Coach Pop and the whole Spurs organization.
Yeah, and 3 of those organizations have actually been around longer than Popovich has been the coach of San Antonio, so bit of a feather in the cap right there. And an interesting conversation that was being had today is Greg Popovich the current best coach, the coach that's active currently? And they didn't want to make it all time just because they knew several would be brought up, like Lombardi, Auerbach, even the recently passed Dean Smith. But they were going with current all-time greats.
Number 12, Jacob Mendoza.
As it looks like we'll have a pinch runner over there at third. Mendoza will be checking into the game. But they brought up Bill Belichick, Krzyzewski, as that one grounded over to third. It'll be a double play, but the Jaguars will get their first run of the ball game. Score that double play 5-3.
I would have to say Coach Pop, definitely in the conversation, especially with how he's been able to do it within one organization for such a long period of time. Definitely in the conversation, that's for sure. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
They brought up Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, a couple other greats. This was on the Mike and Mike show. Listen to them daily, of course. You want to know the count here to Zaragoza. But the thing about all those coaches that they have in common is almost all of those players have just tremendous relationships with their players. I mean, Popovich, he's a guy who has just created a culture of such unselfishness, and it does have to do in part with the players that he has, but like you mentioned, just sharing the ball and creating stars, but not necessarily needing that one standout superstar.
And you don't hear a bad thing about Coach Pop, even from his former players. None of them have anything bad to say about him. I mean, all good things.
Yeah, he's hard on his players to be sure, but he's also fair. As this one lofted, Maldonado backs up. He'll make the play, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th. 1 run scored off of 2 hits, 2 left on base, as Rattlers lead 8-1 here on the Rattler Network.
All right, Rattler fans, now.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. A slight change for the Jaguars. Mendoza, he's out there in center. He came in to pinch run in the top of the inning, but now he'll remain in play. Al Gonzalez to the plate. 0-1 the count. Al, so far today, he's 1 for 2. He has a double. He scored a run. And, a swing and a miss. As Al, he's swung at every pitch he's seen today. He can hit them all.
Al, I like the aggressiveness from Al, although you're starting to wonder, should he start looking at some pitches as he swings on strike number 3 for out number 1.
As we'll see, looks like Jason Meagle will come to the plate. Meagle came in, defensive substitution. Meagle, this will be his first at-bat on the year. And the 0-1 count now for Jason. Meagle, he had 1,000 last year, pretty solid. 1 for 1. So that one hit over to third on 2 hops to Smith and across the diamond, and Meagle is retired. Here comes Keith Funk now. He's 2 for 2. Single, a double, scored 2 runs, and RBI as well. And you look at St. Mary's, they have quite a few stat sheet stuffers when it comes to what they've been doing this game. Here's the pitch out of the zone for Walker. You want to know the count.
Let's see if Keith can bring the funk here.
If he gets a triple, you expect a cycle? What are we thinking? Oh, that one scoots on through. Third baseman didn't touch it, so it'll be up to the score to decide. And they're going to give the air right there. So Keith Funk now 2 for 3 on the day.
Either way, Keith bringing the funk as he reaches on base yet again this evening.
Here comes Scott Jones now. Jones 1 for 2, an RBI, a run scored. Popped out to first his last time up. 2 away. Bottom of the Rattlers orders trying to make it happen. This one lifted high into the air towards right field. It'll be Bates, and he'll make the catch. So a quick inning right there. No runs, no hits, 1 error committed, 1 left on base. 8-1 still the score as we head to the 6th. And welcome back, Rattler fans. 8-1 the score here. St. Mary's looking very strong here in the top of the 6th. It'll be Ledesma, Urban, and Coronado due up this inning. First pitch, attempt out off speed, but just got away from the fingers. Want to know the count? That one dealt in, a high chopper. Texas leaguer right there. Throw on to first in time, as it'll be Smith making the play with ease. 1 away.
Third baseman, Cole Urban.
Bryce Brandell out there for some more work. Starter today was McKenzie. He threw 4 strong innings. That pitch a bit high. 1-0. Urban at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today, hit by pitch and a strikeout. As that one out of the zone, 2-0. Heintzelman, he's grabbed a ball and he's starting to throw out there in the Rattler bullpen. We'll see if we get to see him in some action. As that one lifted into left field, and it'll be down for a nice single there for Urban.
Nice piece of hitting there by Cole Urban, able to drill it to left, placing it in front of Orton, as he's able to reach base with 1 out.
Here comes Coronado now to the plate. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out to right. 1 away. As that one fouled off, 0-1 the count. One away. Decent lead over there to Urban. Here's the pitch, and that one over to Brandell. He'll throw on to second. Oh, Hamilton was a little bit errant on the throw, but Derek, a good athletic play there as he was able to stretch back. Ultimately, it'll end up being a fielder's choice and 2 away.
Good awareness by Hamilton, not trying to force the issue. Could have easily been a double play, but made sure he got the out at second. And with 2 away, Rattlers have a runner on first to deal with as Herrera at the plate.
Herrera, he's 1 for 2 today, a single and a ground out to short. Two away. At first pitch, a bit out of the zone. We mentioned Hamilton and the good play he just made. I have to say, it's really good to see Derek back in there. He played 14 games. This was in the 2013 season. Batted .260 with 5 RBIs, 3 doubles. Very respectable numbers. 2-0 now the count. For that team, he wasn't asked to do as much as he's being asked to do this one, but looks like Derek is out to the challenge as he did have that home run the last time he was at bat. 3-0 now the count. And that one out of the zone, ball 4. 2 away, 2 on. And Brandell meeting with Funk. I'm sure Funk's just telling him, hey man, relax, we got that 7-run lead, just put it over the plate. You don't have to make the perfect pitch every time right here. Here comes Mendoza now to the plate. This will be his first at bat. He did replace Thibodeau in the top of the 5th. First pitch in the zone, 1-0. Mendoza, he didn't have an at-bat last year. Oh, he is a freshman, so that would explain why. That one lined sharply over to second, but Mario will handle it with ease. And that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base. St. Mary's still leads this one, 8-1 on the Rattler Network. That's what I thought. And welcome back, Rattler fans. As just going over some rules right there with our own Chad Peters. A little bit quick on the finger right there, partner. I wasn't ready. You got me.
We still have a whole season to work out the kinks.
Yeah, first baseball broadcast. We
Quite a while.
Oh, well, yeah, it's where I got my roots from, in honesty. I remember my first baseball broadcast, actually. It was Super Bowl Sunday. This past Super Bowl was the first time that I've been off of a broadcast on Super Bowl Sunday, actually.
Last year we called softball. Softball had a tournament that weekend.
Big tournament.
And I remember we would thank you, Mr. Ruben Dominguez, for hooking us up with some tissues.
It's the simple things in life.
But I remember last year, yeah, you and I were calling the game, and after every inning we'd look up at the TV and the score steadily rose. Seattle 8, Denver nothing. Next thing you knew, it was 24-0, and by then you and I were completely focused on the broadcast.
Oh yeah. I think our softball game was actually a blowout as well. I think our women won that game something in the range of 11-2, somewhere along those lines. As Orton Hill draw the base on balls, and steal alert now in effect as Brooks is on base.
Center fielder, AJ
But and honestly, if we had to miss a Super Bowl, that was the one to miss. I think we were trying to watch the game and the Super Bowl at the same time, and as soon as we saw that safety on the first place, like, okay, let's focus on softball. It's going to be a little bit. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't miss this year's Super Bowl, that's for sure.
This year, probably the best, it's being called one of the best Super Bowls of our young lives, I do suppose.
And I would have to
I think it's the most exciting Super Bowl I remember seeing, except for that, I think it was Carolina and Baltimore. That one was, but that was in the year 2000. We were around 8 years old, so a little bit young at that point. 1-1 the count to Perez.
I would have to say every Super Bowl, as that one is lined to right, I would have to say every Super Bowl that the Patriots have been in is in contention for most memorable and most exciting, because all their wins have been decided by 4 points or less.
Yeah, and their losses, too, have had such memorable plays up against the Giants. The helmet catch being one.
And then Mario Manningham down the sidelines on that final drive.
Just incredibly impressive. 8-1 the score. Runners on the corners. Here's Hamilton at the plate. He hit that dinger the last time he was up. 1 for 3 on the day.
And you could see that pitch from Falkenstein on the outside, hoping that Hamilton doesn't get a hold of one.
1-0 the count. That one in the dirt. 2-0, and a little bit of respect being shown here. And the aftermath of the Super Bowl, something we actually we haven't gotten to talk about so much. Tom Brady, is he the greatest quarterback of all time now? I think you'd have to say he's in the discussion. Belichick, is he in that top echelon of coaches as well? The Seahawks, will they stick together? Will they possibly come back, be that team that sticks together? A lot of players will be owed a lot of money, including Russell Wilson on that team. 3-1 the count to Hamilton.
A lot of implications following that interception by Malcolm Butler. First with Brady, I've always been a Brady fan.
So this one fly to left, tagging up and going to score will be Orton. That's going to be the third run he scores on the day, and the third RBI for Derek Hamilton as he records the sack.
But I do have to say Tom Brady is definitely up there with Joe Montana. As much as people say that Montana was perfect in the Super Bowl, 4 for 4, Montana didn't make it to the big dance 6 times, unlike Brady. So it kind of evens out in my opinion. Definitely Brady, one of the all-time greats for sure, as a runner is called out at second. Perez gets gunned down, much to the dislike of the crowd.
It was a close play, but I believe the right call.
But partner, your opinion, is Tom Brady in fact the greatest, or one of the greatest?
I think that Tom Brady is undoubtedly the most accomplished quarterback ever. You can still have the conversation with people, if you had a quarterback, you have to win one game. Who would you pick? As Maldonado now stepping into the box. But if you look just strictly off of accomplishments about what they have done, I think that you have to say Tom Brady is the best player. And it's something that Joe Montana, he said himself, even before Brady won his 4th Super Bowl, that Brady is the best ever. And it's a discussion that, you know, no one's ever going to completely agree on. It's a discussion that's just fun to have, more so than anything else. I mean, if you were to have a fantasy draft amongst all the players in history, where would Tom Brady be picked? I mean, that's
pick 199.
I don't know if he'd be that high. 1-1 the count, as count now 1-2.
Although I do have to say, when they were down 10 heading into the 4th quarter, I myself rooting for the Pats, I had little doubt. I had a little bit of doubt, but I had little doubt that Brady would lead the team back, because he's done it time and time again, and he's the first player since Joe Montana to have that type of clutch gene, as that one is lined to left for a base hit.
Maldonado, very nice. His first hit of the day. It is a him, Mario. Two away, Al Gonzalez now stepping into the plate. Al, so far today, he's 1 for 3. He had that double in the 2nd inning, came around, scored a run. Struck out in his last at-bat. That was on 3 pitches. 2 Rattlers aboard, 2 away. That one called for strike number 1. Good to see Al actually taking a pitch right there, changing up his approach. That one fouled off, and it'll be 0-2 now. Here's Walker. That one well high, well outside. They were trying to see if Al would swing at one right there. 1-2 now the count.
Al showing great patience in this at-bat. As you mentioned, first 2 at-bats, well, rather first 3 at-bats, he swung at every pitch.
Oh, and swing and a miss right there, and that'll do it for the inning. Gonzalez goes down on strikes for the 2nd at-bat in a row. That'll do it for St. Mary's, but not before they score 1 run on 2 hits, 2 left on base. And now we'll be giving away our Chili Champ Spring Fling Award.
A little drum roll, please. Our runner-ups of the first ever 2015 Spring Fling Chili Cook-Off are...
I don't know if you guys can hear him, so first runner-up is Alpha Phi Sorority. Congratulations to those ladies.
So when they're runner-up, that means they're a champion. Our first ever champion. Look at this awesome trophy.
And the champion is...
For the entire team. 1 t-shirt. No, the entire team gets these commemorative championship t-shirts. So now it's time to crown our champs. Drum roll, please. Our first ever Spring Fling Chili Cook-Off champions I'm not trying to complicate it. ROTC, you are the winners. Congratulations, you guys.
And it sounds like Our champions are ROTC. Congratulations to them. They'll be taking home the trophy along with commemorative t-shirts as well. So congratulations to them. Rattler fans, 9-1, your Rattlers lead. We'll be right back on the Rattler Network. And welcome back, Rattler fans. Sorry about missing that first pitch. Fouled off and in the dirt. 0-1 the count. New pitcher here for the Rattlers as he'll be faced by Blaha. It'll be Max Heinzelman, the right-handed pitcher, red shirt freshman. Went to Antonian College in this very San Antonio area. As a hit by pitch there will allow Blaha to reach. He's now 1 for 3 on the day. Blue Doe, he'll be due up next, and we'll also see Bates for certain this inning. Blue Doe, he's 1 for 2 so far today. He walked his last time up. That one in the dirt, 1-0. This crowd's still involved, still very loud. 1-1, now the count. The cheering actually starting to shake our booth just a little bit as it's directly in front of us. 1-2, now the count. And the count now evened at 2-2. Heinzelman, that one a bit high, and that'll be 3-2. And that one inside as well, so Heinzelman has allowed 2 runners aboard now. I know it's a little bit natural to have some jitters your first game, but with a 9-1 lead, you have to go ahead, go in there, pitch with confidence, attack the at-bats.
Right fielder Dylan Bates.
Something we haven't quite seen the Rattler relievers do so far today, but to their credit, they've done a good job of getting out of the situations. First pitch swung on and missed by Bates. 0-1 the count. And fake at a throw out there by Funk, but nothing doing right there. 0-2 now. Heinzelman looking in once again. That one swung on and missed, and Heinzelman, he's recorded his first out. Good job on the heater right there, 1 away. It'll be Zaragoza now coming to the plate.
Left fielder Robert Zaragoza.
Zaragoza, he's 0 for 3 today. He reached on an air one time. Otherwise, he's been hitting it over towards Mario at second. Ground out and a pop out. 1 away, 2 on.
And partner, I just came from down on field level with the winners of the chili cook-off, ROTC, taking it home with their Jamaican-style jerk chili. And I myself was a fan of their booth. I didn't get to try their chili, but from a lot of people that I've heard, including our very own Jack Wolf, very good stuff and a deserving winner indeed. And Jack down on the field level interviewing the winner as they take home the first ever chili cook-off trophy, a really nice trophy presented by our very own athletic director, Liz Dalton.
Yep, as 1 away, the base is loaded here. Coach Ermis coming out, and he'll talk to the young Heintzelman. And I'd have to say, Jack Wolf with a last name like that, probably a pretty good judge of chili.
Took me a while to just get that, and I finally got it. That was well put, partner. Well put.
Really has turned into a pretty night. These Rattler fans being treated in every way imaginary. Some good baseball and some good weather. Heintzelman. This one lifted into right field. Tagging over at third is going to be Blaha. Jones, he makes the catch. The throws over to third. And, oh, just not in time. And a little bit offline, but good attempt there by Scott Jones.
Jones, knowing that he wouldn't get the runner at the plate, elected to throw to third. As he mentioned, the throw just a bit off. Good idea, however. But Rattlers 1 out away from escaping the inning. Their lead cut to 7.
Third baseman, Cole Urban.
Rather, 6 now.
I believe 7's correct. I only have 2 in my book. Well, that one paints the outside corner, called strike 1 to Urban.
I had a bit of the happy finger, so that is my fault.
Oh, well.
I accidentally gave them 1 extra run, so it is 7. Should have stuck to my gut. Normally they tell you stick to the first answer on tests.
They have it wrong on the board. Not trying to call anyone out. This one popped over towards center field. Perez going back, and he'll apply the squeeze, and that'll do it for the inning. So 1 run scored on no hits, 2 runners left on base, as it's time to stretch here inside Dixon Stadium and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And welcome back, Rattler fans. We got a new pitcher in there for the Jaguars. It's going to be Orlando Quiroga. Jason Meagle will step in to face him. It's that first pitch, a bit out of the zone, 1-0. Meagle, this will be his second at-bat of the day. Grounded out to third last time up. As that one out of the zone, 2-0. Orlando Quiroga, he had a 3.88 ERA last year. 7 wins, 5 losses. Started 15 games. 2-1 now the count. As that one dialed in there for strike 2. 2-2 now the count. That one hit over and in the hole. It's knocked down, but away by Coronado. And standing at first will be Meagle with a single. His first hit of the year. Now here comes Keith Funk to the plate. Funk, he's 2 for 3 today. Last time up, he reached on an air. That was by the third baseman, Urban. Scott Jones waits on deck. We'll see him for certain this inning. Brooks Orton, he waits in the hole. It's that first one, a called strike 1. Oh, and 1.
Funk swings and misses on that one. 0-2, quickly the count goes. Let's see how Keith does behind in the count.
Here's the 0-2, well outside. Maybe a bit of a pitch out as well. 1-2.
In this situation, Keith needs to protect the plate, make sure nothing gets by him.
As that one shot over towards short, it's bobbled, and there will be no play at second base. Funk will reach on an air for the second time in the row.
Keith bringing the funk.
He's just an on-base machine today. That's his 4th at bat, 4 times on base.
Keith just hustling down the line, not taking anything for granted. A routine ball, but Keith just showing a lot of heart, a lot of hustle, able to get to the bag even before a play is even made. And now with 2 on base and nobody out, Scott Jones is at the plate.
Jones, 1 for 3 today. Runs scored, an RBI as well. Scott can't hold up his swing there. 0-2 now. Again, I apologize for the coughs. That one, nice job by Jones. Full extension there. They'll hold up Funk at third, and it'll be the bases full. Jones now 2 for 4 on the day.
Sign of any great team is forcing, not necessarily forcing, but sign of a great team is taking advantage of the mistakes that your opposition makes, and an error led to 2 runners on, and now the Rattlers have bases loaded after a single, and now Conference on the mound.
It's the top of the order due up right now. Here's Brooks Orton. 3 for 3 on the day. Also reached on a base on balls. He scored 3 runs, 1 RBI. For those of you wondering at home, run rule is 10 after 7, so 3 runs here by the Rattlers would effectively end the game. That one out of the zone, 1-0. AJ Perez waiting on deck. 1-1, now the count. Karoga comes set. All Rattlers decent leads. That one well inside, 2-1. The 2-1. That one hit softly into left field. It will fall. 1 run will score. Here comes the second as well. And safely, and sliding is the second, and he is safe. And taking third base off of the throw will be Scott Jones. 2 more RBIs on the board for Orton. He now has 3 on the day. (11-2) now the score. Here's Perez at the plate. Sac fly would effectively end the game. Perez, he's 3 for 4 today, scored a run, 2 RBIs as well. Jones, good speed at third. That one hit sharply up the middle. The double play is turned, but the run will come in and score. St. Mary's now the lead by 10, and that should be the ball game. Umpires conferring, and yep, indeed, that will be the ball game. St. Mary's, they'll win it here by a score of 12-2. Good job by the Rattlers coming out strong here in their home debut. And Brian, your overall review of the game.
Rattler bats were on full display here this evening as they were able to put a 12 spot on the board. Impressive outing from St. Mary's. And let's not forget the pitching as well. Garrett McKenzie, starting for the Rattlers, did a terrific job, and the Rattlers pitching staff holding the Jaguars of the University of Houston Victoria to only 2 runs as the Rattler bats came alive as they put this one away early. The final in 7 innings, 12-2, Rattlers victorious.
St. Mary's, they'll be back in action. That'll be on Friday against Tarleton State. And then a doubleheader of action as well. That'll be on Valentine's Day. I won't be there for this for Valentine's Day, actually. No, I do not have a date. I'll be attending a wedding though. So.
But have no fear. Both Ruben Dominguez and myself will be on the call. We'll try to make you proud, partner.
Oh, absolutely. Well, good day's work for everyone, I'd have to say. Chile cook-off, lots of fun. St. Mary's winning today 12-2 in 7 innings. Rattler fans, thank you so much for tuning in on this Tuesday evening. We hope to see you again on Friday. And as always, take care, everyone.